He was not a bad person. He just could not give you what you actually needed. And you spent years trying to make those two things coexist, trying to love someone who was genuinely good in ways that did not include the ways you most needed, and convincing yourself that the ways he could not reach you were either your fault or temporary or both. Marilyn Monroe spent her entire adult life in that negotiation, with men who were impressive, brilliant, publicly admired. Men the world looked at and confirmed as worth loving. And privately they were somewhere she could never quite reach, not because they were villains, because they were emotionally unavailable in ways they probably did not fully understand themselves. And Marilyn kept trying to be enough to change that, kept arriving in new versions of herself, softer here, stronger there, more accommodating in this direction, less demanding in that one, kept believing that if she loved correctly, completely, without reservation or condition, the unavailability would eventually dissolve. It never did, because emotional unavailability is not a response to insufficient love. It is a pre-existing condition the other person brought into the relationship long before she arrived. She did not create it, she could not fix it, and every attempt to fix it did not bring them closer. It taught them that their emotional absence was something she would reorganize herself around indefinitely, that she would absorb the cost without making it a condition of her staying. So the cost kept rising, and she kept absorbing, getting quieter about what she needed, getting more creative about finding ways to feel connected to someone who was not fundamentally available for connection, getting better and better at loving someone at a distance they never acknowledged and never closed. That is what loving an unavailable person eventually does at its deepest level. It does not just disappoint you. It colonizes the psychological space where your own sense of worth is supposed to live, and fills it with the question of why you are still not enough to make them stay present. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily love psychology, because the next video will explain why trying to love an emotionally unavailable person into availability is one of the most psychologically costly decisions you will ever make.